One thing I love about Facebook Marketplace pickups is it usually takes you to a different town. Today, I've come up to Pontypool. I've got a Marketplace pickup in an hour. Let's go and see what they've got in the charity shops. What is this place here? Throwing stuff out on the street? Let's have a look. Bob's gone, is it? Oh yeah, tons of shoes.
Yeah. Well, it just goes on forever.
We can go through here, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I'll open it up next one.
Oh, great.
This is kind of our 20p clothing rail.
20p clothes.
And then there's
Loads of DVDs.
There's another bric-a-brac shop through there, and then there's big toy room.
Yeah?
Yeah, huge toy room.
I'm gonna go and have a look at the toys.
Another bric-a-brac shop.
This place is nuts, right? I don't think it's a charity shop, or maybe like the layout of it is a charity shop. But just looking at the store front there, that was definitely someone's passion project. Every single toy, every collectible priced up individually, cars priced up individually, even the little Paw Patrol figures priced up individually. But then you come to somewhere like this out the back and it's just 20p for anything you want off of these rails. Just had a little flick through those. Nothing caught my eye. Didn't spend too long. I want to go and find this toy room, I do. Am I allowed through there? Just look at the state of it though. It's a right mess. Look, old pants. There literally could be anything in here, couldn't there? No doubt there's probably some bargains in there, some stuff to sell. But equally there's a lot of tat. I think I found the toys. Or maybe not. Here's the toys. What's the chances of finding a Jellycat in here? Jeez, look. They're like 2-3 teddies deep. I would love to spend loads of time going through all of this, right? But there's just so much of it. And the stuff on the surface that just is not particularly good quality. That is a tub there of just cheap plastic toys. A trolley down there just full of old books. There's probably stuff in it. There's probably stuff at the bottom of all that. I'd love to go through and have a look at all those teddies, but just can't get there. As if, look at that. Bogey's t-shirt. Signed by Dick and Dom. Just been told everything up here is £1 each. Or fill a bag for £5. Like, what a mental shop that is. Crazy. I actually found a Busy Bumblebee game right at the bottom of the pile of stuff near the door. Went to the till to ask could I have a look at it because it was all like in this cage, and she was like, oh no, sorry, that stuff hadn't been checked. So has someone been through and checked everything in that shop? Also, what was interesting, there was only 2 members of staff in there, right? And it's an absolute cavern around the back. They've apparently just passed their fire and health and safety test. How was that shop past any type of fire safety test? Mental. Anyway, it wasn't a wasted trip up there. I did pick up 2 things. I found that little Jelly Kitten soother thing here. That was only £1. And then I picked up Lion King on the Game Gear. Should have been 10 quid, but they had 50% off sale. So that was a £5. Don't know if it works. I haven't even got a Game Gear to test it, but just cool to see. Game Gear game out in the wild. It's not a good sign, is it? Look, charity shop van outside. Probably loading it up with all the best bits, shipping it off to the eBay distribution place. Let's see what's left in there. Hey, have a look in there. Furby in the window. £6. Look at the state of the bottom of it. Battery leakage everywhere. Absolute waste of time in there. No quality on the shelves whatsoever. And you know what? They had a £1 sale. All clothes and shoes, £1. And even at that, there was nothing in there worth picking up. If I was on Whatnot, or maybe even Vinted, could have picked up a ton of clothes there and just shifted them on cheap, but Quality's got to be right though, isn't it? The brands have got to be right, the conditions got to be right. None of it was right in there. That's an interesting board game up there. The old one at the top. Ideal. Maniac. How much do they want for it in here? 6. It's not cheap, is it? But the box looks pretty decent. A bit of yellowing on the plastic. Battery terminals look pretty good. Wow, the piece only sells for 20. Loads listed, lots of competition, not many solds. My head is telling me no. I will give this one a go though. Hotel Las Vegas. £6. Might be a theme with the board games in here. Sell through rate, not the best. Goes for 15 pre-owned. No brand new ones listed up on eBay. But if it goes 15 pre-owned, this is still sealed. So I should be able to charge more for this. Easy to list, easy to store away. So if it does hang around on the shelf, it's not the end of the world, is it? Here, on time. Just been stopped by a lady there looking for the Baptist church. So we had Google Maps out, trying to help her get there. Running 5 minutes late now. Solid little Facebook Marketplace pickup. PS2, 16 games, £50. Whenever I'm looking at a bundle like this, I always look at the games, and there's some big hitters here. These 2 games, I was really excited to add to the collection. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, that sells for 20 on eBay. And Warriors, that goes for 18 to 20. And mixed in there, there's some decent CEX credit. Need for Speeds, The Simpsons. Things like this really annoy me. On the surface, looks like a class deal. But the condition of, well, the console and the games, it's awful. Really, really bad. I mean, I would be embarrassed myself to sell this. The condition, I'd say 3 or 4, you might be able to argue is light scratched. Sonic, actually, this is one of the better conditions. Definitely playable. But then Warriors, look at this, look. Look at that there. Bin. Need for Speed. Disc not recognised. We got 2 Simpsons discs for some reason. Game not recognised. Look at that. Big ring on that. Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban is actually Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. The console works right, but like, listen to this. To be fair, when it's up and running, it runs okay, but I don't like that sound when it starts up, and it's happened a few times as well. In my mind, I was thinking, sell the console with some of the low value games as a bundle. That'll get my money back. I could keep then some of the better games for my collection and sell others on to make a bit of profit. I still think I can sell the console with some of the scratch games as long as I describe it all and disclose it. Big risk of returns as well. Claw some of the money back. I can't be charging 20 quid for that Sonic game. What annoys me about this is, yes, I should have looked at the games closer when I picked it up, but there's an element of trust. There has to be. If you're selling a bundle like this, you expect the PlayStation to work well. You expect the games to be the right games for one. You expect them to work as well. I've got a feeling this has been picked up at a boot sale, dirt cheap. It's been taken down CEX. CEX hasn't accepted it. It's then gone on Marketplace. 50 quid. I'm going to have to work hard to just get my money back here. I do have a second Facebook Marketplace pickup to make actually, and it's on the way back to Cardiff, a place called Risca. So I've kind of planned a route today around Facebook Marketplace pickups. Visit the local areas, see what the charity shops are like. And when I was driving into Risca, I seen there's a recycling shop over there. Yeah, what's that? It's got a decent selection of games in here, to be fair. Let's put a pile together. Cool little shop, that one. All they do, right, is just house clearances. Sell it out the shop and the rest of it goes up on Facebook. But I found some PS2 games, didn't I? 12 of them, decent deal, paid a tenner for them all. some nice ones here. Some for the collection, some good CEX credit. Let's take you through them all. It's always great to see good quality titles in a second-hand shop. All of these, right, are immaculate as well. Crisp manuals and not a scratch in sight. So in here I picked up 5 Tony Hawk games. Underground 2 trades into CEX for 3. Those there, they trade in for 2 each. Project 8, that only goes for 60p. But I reckon that'll make a nice bundle on eBay. 2 Lord of the Rings games. 2 Towers at the Back trades in for £1.40. Return of the King, that trades in for 4. Might bundle those on eBay though. I need these for the collection. Fellowship of the Ring, that trades in for 2. And The Hobbit, that trades in for 1. GTA San Andreas, surprised by this a bit. If you want to buy this from CEX, you've got to pay £8. Trades in for 3. Spider-Man 2 trades in for 2. And another one for the collection, The Godfather, trades in for 3. So if I was to trade all in, my £10 would give me a £26 voucher. Stumbled across a ton of games here. Let's have a sort through. I tell you what, today has been a CEX trade-in kind of a day. All these games were £1, and Project Cars, that trades in for 4. Call of Duty 3 for PS3, that trades in for 5. I've got this on PS2, so I think what I'll end up doing is trading in that version and keeping this one. UFC, that trades in for 4. Mafia 3, that trades in for 4. And then this one just caught my eye. Steelbook edition of PS3 Dead Rising 2. No manual, no outer sleeve, but for £1, I was picking that up. So today I've spent £14 on games, and that is a £43 CEX voucher. I knew this was coming. I just knew it. I used to love Facebook Marketplace. I used it a lot in the past, and I've had some good deals off it. At the minute, I cannot stand it. Let's be honest, the first pickup, that PlayStation 2 with the games, that was a disaster. And then the second pickup I was meant to make in Riska, I had all of this sorted last night, right? Lovely bloke, chatting to him. What it was is a boxed Sega Mega Drive 2. A couple of games with it. But the key thing about the box, right, is that it was an Aladdin edition box. Sells on eBay, 120 quid, something like that. The guy wanted 60 quid. After fees, 40, 50 quid profit, something like that. Decent pickup, was worth coming up for. But this morning, haven't heard anything from him. Doesn't really matter because I kind of organised the time last night, although I didn't get his address. So I messaged and said, look, ready to come round, what's your address? I then get the classic message, and I've had this message a few times from different sellers, selling different things, saying, my wife has also got access to my Facebook Marketplace account, and she's agreed to sell this, sorry, to somebody else this morning. Item sold, no longer available. Just waste of time, absolute waste of time. I've planned my whole morning around coming up here today, just to pick this up, and of course the other one earlier on. What have I got to show for it? I mean, I've been to a few charity shops, they weren't the best. Couple of items to sell on eBay. Decent amount of CEX credit, to be fair. Oh, let's just sit down here quick here. Decent amount of CEX credit. That is kind of what I can take away from today, and some games for the collection. But really, if you're being brutally honest, was it worth my time coming up here? Could have been listing some stuff on my death pile, couldn't I? And I guarantee I would have made more money off of that than the CEX credit. I could have been doing some work in my full-time job, and I definitely guarantee I would have made more money than I would have with that CEX credit. It's put me off. It's put me off, that has today. So, I'm done. I'm done today. Go now.